योगा 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 का मतलब क्या है? द मीनिंग ऑफ योगा इज कनेक्टेडनेस. नाउ connectedness with whom? Connectedness first with ourselves, with us inside, then with our surroundings, and then with the universe. That is yoga. So if we do not understand who we are, what is the purpose of life, and what is our responsibility, then how we can connect us with ourselves. So the fundamental principle of yoga is first to know who you are, why you are on this earth, and how you can make this life meaningful for yourself, for the society, and for the generation. So the problem of world today is 3 Ds: duality, discrimination, and deception. Now, why duality? Because people want to exist with their own convenience, so they change their personality all the time. So people, they don't know what is the real personality. So that is the duality. Deception means how I can gain something for myself by deceiving others. It may be at the individual level, it may be at the community level, it may be at the society level, it may be at the country level, it may be at the global level. So deception is another problem in this world. Another problem is discrimination. Oh, we want to see, do I know this person? What is the person's family background? What is the person's, father, uncle? Then I'll decide whether that person deserves my attention or not. But we do not want to understand who is this person by himself or herself. So we always encourage discrimination from the childhood level. When a child is taken to the school for admission, child is asked, okay, what is your parents? Child is passed out from the school. Child goes for the university or the college admission. Society asks, okay, you are from this background, how you can go to the engineering college or this kind of professional school? Is it possible for your parents to afford? So discrimination starts from the childhood admission, school admission. Then when the boy or girl completes the college, university education, then the job market. Oh, from which institute you have passed out? The interviewer does not want to understand what is the competence within that person. Okay, so discrimination has become the, just a regular phenomena in our existence, in everywhere. Individual level, society level, country level, international level. You are from which part of the world? Accordingly, you deserve to gain the attention. So duality, deceptivity, and discrimination. These 3 Ds are the problem of the world. And what is the solution? Solution is not any coercion, not any war. solution is elevating the consciousness level. And how we can elevate that consciousness level? Through yoga. Classical, learning from the history. Jesus Christ came and gone. Hazrat Muhammad came and gone. They tried to behave appropriately according to the Prophet. But after the life of the Prophet, human being tried to make the changes of the prophecy according to their convenience. Why? Because they behaved not because of their own elevated consciousness. They behaved during the lifetime of the Prophet because of some fear, some respect, but not from the call of the elevated consciousness. So problem of the earth is consciousness. Unless the consciousness gets awakened, we cannot solve these 3Ds. And unless 3Ds are solved, the existence in harmony, peace, light on this earth is at risk. Now, yoga, what we say is getting connected. Connected first with oneself, then with the neighborhood, surroundings, country, nation, international. Once we started feeling within ourselves that we are part of the universe, okay, then only our horizon broadens up. We understand, okay, these kind of barriers and boundaries does not have any meaning of the human existence. Whether geographical boundaries, religious boundaries, socio-economic boundaries, all are for promoting and protecting human supremacy in the world of material existence. And now what is that yoga? Yoga is not, okay, I need to devote certain amount of time, 20 minutes, half an hour in a day to practice yoga. That is not real yoga. Real yoga is harmonizing the existence of oneself with oneself, then existence of oneself with his or her surroundings, neighborhood, and then with the nation, with the universe. And how we can do it? There are certain principles and practice. And so yoga is a lifelong activity. At every moment of our existence, there must be a practice of yoga. The main purpose of taking birth is the purification of the soul. The objective of the practicing religion is purifying humanity. But religion tries to purify humanity through certain imposition. Okay, this is the religious norms. You need to eat this kind of food. You need to wear this kind of dress. Okay, you need to practice this kind of rituals. So it is an imposition on the human being. No imposition can develop human being. No imposition can enlighten the inner consciousness. So to elevate the consciousness, we need to practice yoga through our thoughts, behavior and actions. Now, what are these? These are basically making ourselves a true human being that reflects 12 characters in our existence. And what are these 12 characters? Number one, aspiration. Whatever we do, wherever we are, we must aspire to remain connected with the Supreme, with ourselves, not to get swayed away with the noise of the world. The noise of the world is generated from the confusion, generated from the self-interest, generated from the material gains. But purpose of a human life is not to live in the material world, to purify the soul. So fundamental or the first principle of practicing yoga is number one, aspiration. We have the aspiration not only in words, but also we live not with the words but in words. So aspiration to remain connected with ourselves and with the Supreme continuously. In every facet of our existence, at every moment, whether we are at work, we are at home, we must remain connected. After aspiration, next is the cheerfulness. Pleasure or pain, pleasant or unpleasant, we must remain always cheerful. That is impersonal personality. Okay, it is not indifferent personality. It is impersonal personality. That means we must practice one personality. We must have one personality in every situations in life. That is impersonal personality, and then only we can remain cheerful in all the time, whether it is pain, pleasure, pleasant, unpleasant situation, whatever. The third character we should have is the confidence. Confidence on ourselves. Okay, if this is our destination, we must have the confidence on ourselves, on the surroundings, on the neighborhood, that nothing can stop us to reach to the destination. And today, generation practices maybe, may not be. What does it mean? That itself, person is indulging lack of assertiveness through the practice or use of certain words. And what we practice, that becomes a habit. So, confidence, if we don't have confidence on ourselves, okay, then how we can tell the generation, okay, this is the route. Oh, you may follow this road, you may follow that road. That is not the assertive way of guiding or leading the generation. So, third is the confidence. Fourth is endurance. So, we must have resilience to absorb all kind of turbulence within ourselves, because we are always in conflict. Oh, what is right? What is wrong? Parents is saying something, teacher is saying something, friends are saying something. So, we must have the endurance to, with all the resilience, to absorb any kind of turbulence in every situation. First within ourselves, then within the society, neighborhood. So, if we do not have endurance, then how we can achieve ecstasy? Because endurance only leads us in the path in a determined way, and then only we can reach to the destination to have the ecstasy. And what is that ecstasy? Ecstasy is existence in light and with the bliss, and light is the knowledge. So, endurance is one of the character for the true yoga to be practiced. Is fearlessness. If we don't have the expectation, or if we don't chase something we don't have the fear. So why we should have the, when we get the fear, when we are having the fear of losing something, if we think that, okay, our existence is to bring the divine power on this earth, our existence is to make the life meaningful without any desire, disgust, greed, then we don't have any fear, any fear to lose anything. Then only we can move with fearlessness. But the moment we think, okay, we are bounded with this kind of expectations, then only fear attacks us. Generosity. Generosity basically relates to the existence when we can understand that, okay, we are part of the universe. We are individual, but at the same time we are also part of the universe. We cannot isolate ourselves from the universal phenomena. And the more we try to isolate ourselves from the universal phenomena, we are trying to create the borders and boundaries around us. So, generosity, we can be generous enough when we understand that we are part of the universe, and then only we can exist in the truth, we can exist in the reality. Humility. Humility means egoless service. Okay, nothing exists for me, selfless, whatever. Even if I am wearing the shoes, okay, I am wearing the shoes because of what? Because shoes has been given to me. I must take care of the shoes. The sole of the foot is, just a part of this body. Body is to exist. So, in a safe, secured manner, that's why I am wearing the shoes. So, whatever we do, if we think that, okay, nothing belongs to me, okay, if we are having the conscious attempt to dissolve our ego on this earth, then only we can, we can be personality with the character of humility. Then the plasticity. Plasticity basically means we must be adaptable enough in every situation. Okay, this is too hot, we can't work. This is too, lousy place. I must do everything possible to get out this place so that I get my personal comfort. So, unless we do have the adaptability, we cannot make our existence meaningful. At the same time, it is also related that we are not cheerful. Okay, and our endurance gets affected. We are not enthusiastic enough. So, plasticity is one of the important characters that we must practice, and to be plastic enough. If we are not plastic enough, what we are doing? We are blocking. We are not allowing the power from Supreme to enter into us and to elevate us. Then restitude. Restitude basically means honesty, true honesty, truthfulness. And what is that? Honesty is not that, okay, I tell the truth, that's enough. No. Honesty at every cell of my existence. That means if I'm thinking something, my thoughts, my behavior, my actions must be synchronized. Not that, oh, I thought something, I behave this way, I act different way. Then that is not the practice of truth, and that is not the restitude. Then sincerity. Again, it is related to restitude. Means if I I'm sincere enough, I must not have the lethargy. I must not have the procrastination. Oh, I'll do it after some time, or I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it whenever time comes. That is not sincerity. If I'm having the opportunity to do that thing which I'm supposed to do, I must do it right now. Okay, oh, today climate is so romantic, I must sleep little longer. Then that is not the sincerity. So, last one is vigilant. We must be vigilant enough. That means not that, oh, I must vigil how my neighbor is behaving, who is coming at my neighbor's place. That is not the vigilant. We must be vigilant on ourselves. Not to become victim of cravings and passions of the vital, and desire and weakness of the body, and personal dictates of this unsilenced and unilluminated mind. That is the vigilance. So we must be vigilant enough all the time. So if we practice these 12 characters, and that is the true meaning of yoga, to elevate ourselves. Yoga is to elevate our consciousness, harmonize the existence between physical, vital and mental component. So yoga does not mean that, okay, I just practice 15 minutes some body movement with the objective to keep my body glowing, okay, to have muscular figure. That is not true yoga. Body definitely is to remain healthy, because sound mind cannot exist, consciousness cannot blossom if body does not support. So these three components need to be given equal importance. So yoga means practice of physical component, practice of mental component, practice for vital component. That is yoga.